Okay, this week in math, we're going to look at putting everything together that we've learnt in the last sort of three or 4 weeks, where we're going to focus on estimation, rounding, addition and subtraction, and the inverse properties of addition and subtraction. Okay, so we're going to put it all together this week and actually apply what we've learned. So, for example, in a worded question, I'm going to say Tia baked 375 cookies. So Tia baked 375 cookies. Unfortunately, Coco, because she's a little pig, she decided to eat 153 of those. Actually, no, she ate even more. She ate 169. Okay, so this is what that would look like. So Tia baked 375, and Coco, because she's a little piggy, decided to eat 169. Now we're going to put all our knowledge together to figure out whether this is correct or not. Okay, so we're going to round this. Now you can round that to either hundreds or tens, totally up to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we might as well round it to tens. Okay, so I'm going to go 380, so that's my rounded number, and then that's 170. Okay, so this is my estimation. So my estimation is 380 take away 170, because I can work that out. Okay, in my head. Okay, so I'm going to see. So I reckon. So that's my estimation. So this is what we worked on in the first couple of weeks. So this is how we do it. So we estimate. We think that it's going to be around about 210. Okay, so that's the first step. We've got our vertical algorithm. We've rounded. We've estimated. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out what the answer is. Okay, so we go 5 take away 9. 5 cannot take away 9. So what do I need? I need to go next door. So I've got 6 there now because I've borrowed 1. This now becomes a 15. 15 take away 9. That is 6. 6 take away 6. 0. 3 take away 1 is 2. Okay. So I've worked that out. So yep, that's pretty close. So that's my way of checking. Okay, my estimate was 210. My actual answer is 206. So that's pretty close. The next way that we're going to do is have a look at it. Is we're going to, okay, the inverse operation is addition. So let's see if we're correct. Okay, because we may have made some kind of error in our carrying or borrowing or something like that. So then what we do is, because this 206 is our answer, then what we need to do is we need to add the smaller number, because 375 is obviously the biggest number. Now when we're doing addition, the biggest number will always be our answer. So what we need to do to double check, we'll go 206 plus 169. Okay, so then we go 6 plus 9 is 5. We carry the 1 because it's 15, so we put the 1 up here. And as I said, if you're unsure about any of this, go back to the other videos that we had for weeks 3 and that way. But 6 plus 9 is 15, so we put the 5 down, we carry the 1. We've got 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 plus 6 is 7. And then we've got 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so then we have a look, and we go, yep, that is it. So that means it must be the correct answer. Okay, these are the steps that we're following this week. It is a little bit confusing, but it's nothing new to your learning. It's just going, okay, this is how they all work and how they're related to each other. Okay, now you could do it the totally other opposite way. So this is one way that you could do it. Okay, the other way is if we're using addition. So for example, say Ty made 286 poor choices for the day. All right. TK decided to make 157 poor choices for the day. How many poor choices do they make? Once again, we've got our addition algorithm set up. Now we need to round it. So we might go 290 and that's 160. Okay, and that's a plus this time. So I've got my addition set up. Then here, I've got my rounding and estimating. So to estimate that, I need to go there. Okay, yep. So I reckon it'll be 400, roughly 450, because 290 plus 160 is 450. So my estimation is 450. Let's have a look what the real answer is. 6 plus 7 is 13, so we put down the 3, we carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14. Put down the 4, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. There's my real answer. I'm thinking, yep, that's pretty close. That's pretty close to 450, so I'm thinking, yeah, I might be on the mark. Let's have a look at the inverse operation of it. Okay? Now, 443 is the biggest number, so that's the subtraction number that starts. So then we go 443, take away either of those two numbers. Okay? So we'll just do 157. And we'll work it out. So 3 take away 7, can't do, because if I've got 3, cannot chop 7 off. So I need to go next door to borrow. So I'm going to go next door, and because I've borrowed 1 from there, that's left with 3, and I'll bring him over here. So that's 13. 13 take away 7, that is now 6. 3 take away 5, can't do, got to go next door again. So that's left with 3, this now becomes 13. 13 take away 5 is 8. 3 take away 1 is 2. So there's my 286 there. Okay, so that means all my stuff is spot on. Because if this one is the same as that one, that means it's correct. Okay, sometimes you won't get it correct. You go, okay, I've made a bit of a mistake here. So that is what we're doing today. For this week. We're looking at the inverse operations, but we're putting it all together. So if we do a subtraction one, we do the addition to make sure that we're correct. We make sure that we're rounding, and we make sure that we're estimating to see how we go. All right, so that's the big bulk of learning. Now, for the extra part of the learning, for those people that like to learn, this is not a must for everybody, but for those people that would like to learn, because we did some internal zeros last week and a few people had some issues. We had a couple of people that were super duper awesome, and but most people that try the internal zeros were pretty close, and I could see what was happening. So what I mean by the internal zeros is if we've got 305, take away 188. Okay. Now what I mean by the internal zero is that zero is inside the number. Okay, it's not at the end or the start of the number, it's actually inside the number. So that's why it's called an internal zero, and this is where a lot of people do have issues. So what we do is, it follows the same process, but you've got to think a little bit outside the box. So I've got 5 take away 8. Once again, I've got 5 fingers, I cannot chop 8 off, so I've got to go next door. Now when I go next door, I go, well hang on, there's nothing there. And what a lot of people are doing, they go, oh, there's nothing there, so I'll go there, and I'll take one from there, and I'll put one there, and I'll put one there, and then some people are doing other things. This is where our partitioning knowledge comes in. Okay? Because there's not one next door there, but in essence, this is the tens column. I need to borrow a 10. Okay? Because this is my units, this is my tens, this is my hundreds. The units can only borrow from the tens. Okay? So I have a look here, but I say, oh, there's nothing there. But there is. Because this number here is 300. And because we did a lot of partitioning at the start of the year, we know that 300 is 30 lots of 10. So if there's 30 lots of 10 there, and I need to borrow one of those 10s, how many would be left? So that's why I'm saying 30, take away 1. So if 30 take away 1 is 29. Okay? So this 30, because that's 30 lots of 10, that becomes 29. And then I bring that 1 10 over here. Okay? So now I can do it. 15 take away 8 is 7. 9 take away 8 is 1. 2 take away 1 is 2. Oops. That's not 2. That's 1. Okay? 117. So that's how we work out the internal zeros. And if there's a couple of internal zeros, it's exactly the same thing. So for example, if we go to say, we'll go 5,043. Hang on. And then 50,402. Okay, we're going to take away 6,875. Follows the same process. Okay, so I've got 2. I need to take 5 away. Once again, I've got 2. Cannot chop 5 off. So I need to go next door. Once again, there's nothing there, but realistically, this is 40 tens. Okay, so I can take 1 away from the 40 tens. So this becomes 39 tens, and then that one there becomes 12. 12 take away 5, 7. 9 take away 7 is 2. 3 take away 8. Oh, we've got 3. Can't do. Got to go next door. Well, hang on, there's none there. Once again, instead of, this is the thousands and tens of thousands. So there may not be one there, but there are 50 thousands there. I need to borrow one of those. So I'm going to cross that out. That goes to 49, and over here comes my thousands. Okay, so I've got now 13 take away 8 is 5, 9 take away 6 is 3, and 4 take away nothing is 4. Okay, so that's how it works. So this is why we do it after we do all our partitioning and place value, because you need to know your partitioning and place value. You need to understand that 30 tens is 300. You need to understand that 300 is 300s, but also it's 30 tens. So that way there we can borrow and carry as we need to. So for those, there will be some of those this week. If you want to test yourself out on that, not a must, but if you're in grade 5, it'd be super awesome if you have that go. But that's what our maths learning will be this week. It's going to be focused on bringing everything together that we've learned, and for those internal zeros. Now, towards the end of the week, we'll probably get on to some learning assessment, some essential assessment. So I'll set some tasks on that. But for the first 3 days at least, we're going to be focused on what we've been working the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks. So hopefully that makes sense. And remember, if you're not quite sure, check out the vid.